Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Jang, Yin Yoga teacher trainer, Yin Yoga teacher, as well as Yin Yoga practitioner. For today's practice, all you need is a pillow as well as a long strap. I have a 10-foot strap, and if you have one of these, I'll show you how to loop this, okay? So I have a metal clip, and here we go. We're gonna take the free end of the strap through the double D-rings, open up the D-rings and take it up over and through one D-ring, and you'll have the strap ready to go, like so, okay? And then have your pillow ready. If you don't have a strap, grab something long, maybe one of those ties off your robe, or just grab a tie off maybe your husband's tie rack. Let's begin laying down and starting off with our first Yin Yoga pose. So as you lay down, go ahead and take the strap up and over your torso, like so. So we're going to start off with a little bit of what I like to call plantar fascia awakening. So I'm going to take the strap over my feet as I'm here, and whoops, and I'm going to slowly just kind of take the strap up and down my plantar fascia. I do have socks on today. It's a little nippy and cold here in the Bay Area this morning, so I'm going to keep my socks on. This works just as effectively, unless you have those Pilates socks with the little sticky things on the bottom. They don't work, so you'll need to take those off if you do have those Pilates socks. But here you should feel a nice plantar fascia awakening. You can also do one foot at a time, which I really enjoy. You can invert the foot, really just kind of feeling the soles of your feet awakening. If you do one side at a time, do the other one as well right here. And then, as you're ready, we're going to lay down onto our mat or the floor, comfortable floor, and take our feet into the strap, one by one, for a moment. Grab your pillow and slide it through between the strap and your thighs. I love this variation simply because it allows me to just sink in and allows the pose to be supported. So from here, we're going to bend our knees and come into our Apanasa pose. I'm going to tighten my strap by pulling the free end of the strap as I bend my knees. And as I'm here, I feel just enough tension, not too little, not too much, but just right. So take a moment here, close your eyes, arrive, and then take a slow, deep in-breath in your nose, and a slow, deep out-breath in your mouth. Again, deep in-breath in your nose, fill it up, and slow, deep out-breath in your mouth. One more time, slow, deep in-breath in your nose, and slow, deep out-breath in your mouth. So you jump around from place to place, from role to role, from teacher to maybe mom or dad to brother or sister. And right now, all I need you to do is let go of any of those roles and allow yourself just to be present, taking this beautiful time for yourself to just pause out of your busy day. So take this time here to really set your intentions for today's practice, to really be present with the sensations, your body, with yourself. If you have another intention for today's practice, go ahead and set that right here, right now. Start to see your intention in your mind's eye and begin to breathe it in towards your entire body, every cell, every corner, every crevice of your whole being. Breathe it in. And gently breathe it out, offering it out around you, onto your mat around you, sacred space around you. Again, breathe in your intention. And this time offer it out into the universe, because the universe is truly listening. Stay here for a few more breaths just to settle in, to gently arrive. And take a couple more cycles of breath here. And then as you're ready, gently start to open your eyes, keep your gaze very soft, and extend your legs all the way back up towards the sky. We're going to go ahead and move our bolster off towards your left side. So bolster off towards your left side. Begin to release your left leg from the strap, slowly bringing it down towards the earth into our supine hamstring pose. And as you're here, just discern if it's too much for you. If it is, you can always give your strap a little bit of slack there. But I'm not looking for too much, too sensational. I'm looking for just the right amount of tug and pull the tissues down the back line of your leg as you're there. So if you find that you start to maybe breathe a little bit faster or harder, or if you're starting to kind of shake a little bit, you're really pulling your leg in, allow yourself to come out of that mentality of being really rigid and really taut in this pose. Really allow yourself just to soften a little bit more so that we can really get into the intention of the pose, which is really emphasizing the work in towards our yin tissues. Notice as you're here and discern if it's okay to extend your left leg. You can try it out, see how your low back feels as you're here. If your low back says, okay, this feels great, this is fine, and the load here feels like it's nice and generous, not too little, not too much, but just right, then just stay here. Otherwise, you keep your left knee bent like I did earlier, or place a pillow underneath that leg. So you can take the pillow on your left side and sneak it underneath your left leg. But as you're here, begin to, once again, soften in. Really dial in and really listen to your body. Right? So this is your time to be present. Know where to be, know where to go. But just present with the sensations here. Taking a slow, deep in breath in your nose. And a slow, deep out breath in your mouth. And see if you can just soften a smidge more. So you might bend the right knee just a little bit more. You might explore a little bit of a different angle, maybe bringing your leg a little bit more towards the left side of the room. You might explore the hinge of your ankle, maybe a little bit more of a dorsiflexion of your foot, where the toe is more towards the shin bone, or the toe is a little bit further away from the shin bone, a little bit of plantar flexion. Take a couple more cycles of breath there. And as you're ready, just for time's sake, we're moving into the next pose. So go ahead and take your right leg towards that bolster on your left side. So as you're here, you can scoot your hip back towards the right side a little bit so the hips stack. If your leg is up in the air a little bit, feel free to grab extra pillow to lay your leg upon. Now what I'm looking for here is a nice opening through the lateral lines of your body. So I'm looking for that right side. You're gonna feel it around the waist. You might feel a little bit higher up around the front of your right shoulder as you're here. Notice I'm extending my right arm out towards the side. You don't have to. You can always keep your arm down by your side. But notice as well the right outer hip, the hip stabilizers here, and all the tissues that are connected, that huge, beautiful myofascial meridian, all the way down towards the outer seam of your right leg. Now take a moment here. If your shoulder is up off the ground, take your right hand on top of your right side rib cage. You'll find it a little bit more comfortable for your shoulder. Again, breathe in and gently breathe out. And deep in breath in your nose. And deep out breath in your nose or through your mouth. So really being present with the sensations, but also with your thoughts. Notice if your thoughts are ones of those that are serving your practice today. Oftentimes we are hardest on ourselves. And so a lot of our thoughts really take us into suffering, right? Dukkha in Buddhism. So allow yourself to be really present with those thoughts and see if those thoughts are really there to serve you. You're going to take about 3 to 4 more cycles of breath. As you're ready, taking a slow, deep breath in your nose. As you breathe out, take your time to hold on to your strap. You might need to bend your right knee a little bit to slowly allow it to come back to center. Now go slow, right? So you're gonna feel all the dull, achy sensations. But one thing we know is that they're temporary. So these sensations are not permanent. Right? So the idea of impermanence, we know that that's a constant thing. So take a moment here, pause, breathe, and then go ahead and take that bolster off towards your right side, because we're heading over towards the other side. So taking a moment here, you can always release your leg all the way down and take a longer rebound. Otherwise, as you're ready, slowly bring your leg all the way towards the right side, towards your pillow. Now I have my pillow a little bit higher up towards my thigh here, which will give me the right amount of support so my leg doesn't go too far, because that's where my body goes. But if you do have more range of motion or more range of movement, you can bring your bolster a little bit more off to the side there. You might not even need a bolster at all, depending again on the mobility of your body. Now you can go all the way down, but if I go all the way down, my shoulder does lift. So I'm looking for some support so I can really emphasize the work in towards that right inner thigh. So actually I'm finding now having it by the hip is Goldilocks for me. Not too little, not too much, but just right. Again, you can bend your left knee as you're here, if you feel that supports you a little bit more. You can also take your left leg into a little bit of external rotation. What that does, if your leg is in external rotation here, which is like a half butterfly, it will emphasize a little bit more of that pull along the inseam of your leg. The kidney line in traditional Chinese medicine. So again, choosing and discerning what is the right amount of load for you. Remember, we don't want to go to extreme sensations. We're looking for the Goldilocks, okay? So I've decided just to put my foot down towards the ground because having it in half butterfly does feel like a bit much. So on the scale of 1 through 10, 10 feeling extreme, of course, 1 feeling nothing. Today, try to stay within a 5 to 6. So right now I'm at a 6. A 6 in sensation. Again, grounding through your shoulders. Let the back of your skull rest gently in towards the earth. And really allow yourself to let go of any unconscious gripping or engaging through that right leg. You have about 3 to 4 more cycles of breath there. And then once again, as you're ready, use your hands to help you bend your right knee and then slowly bring your leg back to center. All we're going to do is reset here. So take your left leg in the strap. By all means, you can sit all the way up. So sometimes I like to do that, to sit all the way up and just notice that right leg and left leg. And you might notice here my right leg is a little bit longer than my left leg. We have emphasized the work in towards that right leg. So now we want to create a sense of evenness between the two. So I'm going to start off with that, the Apanasana pose. So you can do it this way and just hold on to your strap. Again, this is going to help support you when you move the pillow and weave it through between the strap and your thighs. And slowly bend the knees here. We're just going to take a moment here. By all means, you can stay here longer. I know one of my students really enjoys this pose, so she tends to stay there longer. Notice your right upper hip, your inner thigh, and your right hamstring, the tissues that we just worked generously. Feel the fluidity and feel the energy running through that right leg. And just notice the difference between right side and left side. When you're ready, move the bolster back towards your right side. And this time we're heading to our supine hamstring stretch on the left side. So take your time to release that right leg down. I like to start with the sole of the right foot down towards the earth, okay? Tighten as you need to. Again, we're not looking for too much. And again, we're spending, 3 minutes here, just like we did in our first posture. So stay here, or slowly start to extend your right leg, only if your low back is not being strained in this pose, okay? Again, in time, give your body time to open up, right? It takes time for your body to open up and to regain mobility. So again, closing your eyes or dimming your gaze. And this time, allow your inner drishti to gaze down towards the back line of your left leg. And you might notice that the asymmetries from left side and right side. You might want to waver that leg a little bit more towards the right side, targeting a little bit more of the lateral hamstrings if that area is congested for you. Or you might just take it directly up and over the left hip. What is your Goldilocks? What is your just right? And know that, again, we have this idea of impermanence, right? That we know for sure in life that impermanence is always there. That we're not going to stay in this pose forever. And that our mobility changes, right, in different seasons of our lives. So taking a moment here, right, appreciating the mobility that you have. Being present with all the sensations, the mind, the body, the breath connection. Soften your left knee just a little bit more. And really allow the sensations to arrive to you. Allow the sensations to speak to you. Not chasing, not forcing, but trusting the process. And take about 3 more cycles of breath there. And as you're ready, we're going to go ahead and take our left leg towards the bolster. Feel free to release that leg and just pause and press the video and pause if you need to. But take your time to slowly reach that left leg towards the bolster. And notice my shoulders coming up. I'm going to move my right hip back so my hips are stacked. Okay? I'm going to smidge my right shoulder. So you'll notice I'll press my head up into the ground and move my right shoulder over towards the right side so my left shoulder can come down. Now, once again, use props to help you, okay? So you can, if you need an extra prop there, take another prop underneath your pillow, so you can use 2 pillows there. If you're close by a wall, you can let your leg rest onto the wall. But take a moment here, just notice the sensations, right? I'm noticing the circulation down my leg now from the release of the hamstring pose. And I'm noticing the loading of the lateral line of my body in this shape now. So again, notice as you're here, the left side lateral line of your body, the outer left leg, the IT band, the outer left hip, the waistline here, the lats. And again, you can open up that left arm up towards the side if you like, or simply take your left hand on the rib cage. Your head can be positioned right, center, or left, choosing what really resonates with you. Again, breathe in and gently breathe out. Notice if you need a little bit more support or any adjustments there. So you'll see me moving a little bit because I do need a little bit of adjustment. I need a little bit more support underneath my left leg. So I'm moving my pillow just a little bit down, closer towards the bottom edge of the mat. You've got about 4 more cycles of drop here to go. And as you're ready, take your time. Go slow. You'll probably need your hands to help you on this one. Take your time. Bend your left leg, slowly drag it back to center. Take your bolster off towards your left side, and we're heading to our adductor opening. So again, take the bolster any way that's comfortable for you. We start off with the right knee bent and direct the leg towards the left side of the room. Again, 3 minutes here. And again, discern as you're here if this is the right amount of loading on this side. Each side is different, so if it's too much, again, back off. Use props underneath the thigh. If you need a little bit more, if you're looking for like that 6, right? Again, stay generally around 5 to 6. I wouldn't go up the scale. Then move the bolster down a little bit, or maybe you might not need the bolster at all, just depending on your anatomy as well as the connective tissue in your body. And especially, you know, what you've done, the activities that you've done. Maybe you've gone for a long hike or played a lot of pickleball. That's the in thing. And so maybe your legs are super tired from all those activities. So I want to push it, right? So really allow yourself here to find that edge, that loving edge, not too little, not too much, but just right. Again, reminding yourself just to breathe, to feel supported. We have another minute here to go. Now I will say this will be our last pose for today's practice. And I will be shifting into Shavasana after this. For time purposes for the videos, for all the videos, I usually make the Shavasana short. I do encourage all of you to stay longer. So after this pose, do put the video on pause and take a minimum of 5 minutes in Shavasana. You've got about 3 more cycles of breath there. As you're ready, start by bending that right leg if it's straight, and then take your strap and slowly release the strap. We're shifting into Shavasana. So go ahead and find yourself a comfortable spot in your back. You might want to place a pillow underneath your legs as you're there. But this is where I leave you. Okay. Again, press pause on the video. Take 5 minutes for yourself. Thank you for all of you who subscribe to this channel. Please feel free to encourage others, your friends, to do this beautiful practice. Share my channel, share the Yin Yoga love. Thank you again for joining me. My name is Lisa Jang, and I'll see you next time.